Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Class Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell, live on Elevation 5280 Sports and Lifestyles, episode number 23. Let's get into it, man. My host, Rashad Mitchell, coming to you live on Elevation 5280 Sports and Lifestyles. Every single Thursday night, Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell comes on every single Thursday night from 9 p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Now, let's get into it. I'm going to start with the baseball. Obviously, the postseason is what matters most than anything else. Right now, currently we have game number three between the Yankees and the Guardians, and what looked like was going to be a foregone conclusion that the Yankees were going to win this game. They had a 5-3 lead, and give credit to the heroics of back-to-back home runs by Aaron Judge, and Giancarlo Stanton. They hit back-to-back home runs to take a 4-3 lead. And they added an insurance run in the ninth inning to make it 5-3. But give credit to Cleveland, they bounced back in the bottom of the ninth with two outs, and they hit a home run. Home run hit by a guy I never heard of because I don't watch that many Cleveland Guardians games. But it was a big time home run, a clutch home run by Noel to tie the game up. Hit 13 home runs during the season. This is a young guy, Johnsky, John Kinsey, Noel, 23 years old, hits a home run to deep left field and win the game. And it's just the final right here. It's a heartbreaking loss for the Yankees. It's now 2-1 as Fry hits a two-run game-winning walk-off home run to give Cleveland the victory. It's a 2-1 lead in favor of the Yankees. So Cleveland is back in the series as Fry comes up to bat at the bottom of the 10th. It's a two-run home run. David Fry. He's the hero. Two-run home run. Cleveland has won the game in extra innings. So some drama in baseball. 7-5, the final score between the Cleveland Guardians and the New York Yankees. So it will not be no sweep. So this series at least gonna go 5 games or 6 games possibly. But tomorrow's a must win. I don't know if they play tomorrow, but the game four is a big time game for Cleveland to try to even the series up. You see the Yankees can go up 3 games to 1, but right now, big time win by Cleveland coming back from a 5-3 deficit, being able to tie the game up with Noel's home run, and then David Fry hits a home run to left center to drive in Bo Naylor to the. That's the thing about it. When you want to get a victory in extra innings, what you do is you gotta get a run on base. And if you don't get that, at least it gives you insurance run, a run that can score if it's on extra base hit. But David Fry hit a two-run homer in the bottom of the 10th, and the Guardians are back in the series a little bit, 2-1. See what happens in game four. So that's the storyline on that. Big time win for the Guardians, 7-5 in extra innings. David Fry is the hero with a two-run walk-off home run, and they make the series 2 games to 1. A game that the Yankees should have won. The Yankees had the opportunity. It was up 5-3, but they wasn't able to hold the lead, 2 outs. That's what shows what you're made of in the postseason. Is where you make your mark. Is when you're behind. You got 2 outs. You're about to go on the verge of being down 3-0. That's what Cleveland had to deal with tonight. In this scenario, they down 5-3. They gotta come back win the series. They gotta come back, and they did it with 2 clutch home runs by Noel and Fry. And they go win 7-5 in 10 innings. So that's still on that. We got a doubleheader. And the other series that's going on right now, the Dodgers and the Mets. The Mets are trailing right now 3-1 in the middle of the third inning. So they about to go into the middle of the third. Storyline in this is Shohei Ohtani hit a home run to right center. He hit a big time home run last night as they shot the Mets, 8-0. Then Vientos came up in the bottom of the first, hits a home run to center to make it 1-1. But Edmund doubled and drove in the go ahead run to Ohtani. He scores. And then Hernandez reached on infield single to shortstop, and Betts scored. Evans the third, so it's 3-1 in favor of the Dodgers. They trying to go up 3-1 take commanding lead, put the Mets backs against the wall best as possible. So that's what you want to do if you're the Dodgers on their side. They're trying to make sure that they get a comfort zone against the Mets. The Mets know how to battle back. They've been doing it all season long, all through the postseason. But maybe they may be running out of gas. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. So he wants to apply the opponent in the Dodgers who won the first game 9-0, and then they won the second game, lost the second game this past Monday by score of 7-3. But Sunday it was just a shutout, 9-0. Give credit to the Dodgers. Dodgers played well in games 4 and 5 in the other series, in the divisional series, as they knocked off beat San Diego Padres 2-0 to win Game 5 to win the series. Thursday they won. It was Wednesday. They won 8-0. They went like 2, 3 games in a row without giving up a earned run. So they just doing their thing with the pitching. The last 3 games, they outscored their opponents. The Padres and the Mets during those 3 game stretches outscored them by a score of 19-0. They scored 8 runs in Game 4 to tie the series up. They was down 2-1. The Padres had a chance to win the series and get credit to the Dodgers. They won 8-0 shutout. Then on Friday they went 2-0, so that's 10 runs scored. And then they start the series against the Mets in the NLCS and win 9-0. So they put up 19 runs, 19, and shut out the opponent, and they win those games in succession down in fashion. They did it the same thing to the Mets last night. They won by a score of 8-0. The highlight is that game's that home run by Ohtani. That was a tiring home run to deep right field. It hit it up the deck. I mean, he knew it was gone. He just had to stay fair. That was in the 8th inning. The game. That just took the game out of reach. Because once he hits that home run, it's 7-0. You know what I'm saying? Mets was in trouble anyway. They were down 4-0. But once you hit that home run, forget it. It's a done deal. He was able to win 8-0. Mets didn't do anything to get back into this game. They only had 4 hits. So you're now down 2-1, trying to avoid it's 3-1 deficit. Right now they're losing a score of 3-1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So the Yankees lost tonight, 7-5 in 10 innings, as David Fry becomes a hero, 2-run home run. But Noel hit the 2-run homer to tie it to force extra innings in the bottom of the ninth for 2 outs, and to keep their hopes alive, possibly in the series. As they went 7-5, so the series at 2-1. So they'll play tomorrow night at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Mets will play tomorrow, maybe elimination game for the Mets at 5:08. So we got a doubleheader tomorrow. So see if there's going to be some more baseball. Obviously, there's definitely going to be a game 5, the Yankees and Cleveland series. But right now, the Mets, they're staring at possible 3-1 deficit. But right now, it's the bottom of the 3rd. Still a lot, game to be played. Mets off to a great start in this inning. Bottom of the 3rd, they got runners on first and second with nobody out. So that's how you do it. You gotta find a way to get guys on base. So on base is Lindor is on first base and Alvarez on second base. So first and third, nobody out. Here comes Vientos. Or he hit a home run tonight. See if he could be a hero and try to hit a 3-run homer possibly. But we'll see about that. So that's the storyline that's going on in baseball. Everything's all set. Detroit got beat 7-3 in Game 5 on Saturday to the Cleveland Indians. They was able to advance, and now they're playing the Yankees right now, trailing 2 games to 1. And now the Mets are trying to stave off not going down 1-3. Else it's gonna be over tomorrow possibly. But it's a must win for the Mets to tie the series up and have a best of 3 going the rest of the way. Right now it's first and second. like they got one out. Because I see Alonso is at bat. Trying to see scenario, the summary of the play by play. Okay, it's one out. He struck out. Viento. So yeah, he struck out swinging. So here comes Pete Alonso. See if he come through in the clutch. See what he does. So that's the storyline with the baseball. I want to start the show with the baseball recap. Like I said, Saturday, deciding Game 5 was won by Cleveland 7-3, so they advanced to the ALCS, where they trailed 2 games to 1 to the Yankees as they went tonight 7-5 with 10 innings. Right, so that's basically it for the baseball. So I'll give you updates as I continue to go on. Not try to stay that long on the show tonight. Just be short and sweet with what I'm talking about and keep moving. But right now, let's get into the give you updates. We're going with the Dodgers and the Mets uh, as the show goes on. But now it's time to get into the 101 memorable home runs in baseball history book excerpts, man. Almost close to the end. Almost close. Really am. It's possible that I can end it not tonight, but maybe sometime, next month. Hopefully before the World Series ends. So I think I'm at number 23. So I'm close. I'm close to finishing the countdown of the 101 memorable home runs in baseball history, and get right into the college football recap and NFL, and also the NBA preview. Let's get into it. The 101 most memorable home runs in baseball history. So we're gonna resume with number 23, Aaron Boone. Obviously, if you remember this was in 2003. Actually, it was October 16th. Actually, it was yesterday, the 24th, the 21st anniversary of this home run on Aaron Boone in Game 7 of the American League Championship Series against the Red Sox. He comes up and hits a home run and send the Yankees to the World Series as win the pennant American League, and they win. And what a big time win in that situation at that time for the New York Yankees. That was a big time home run. So that's at number 23. Self-explanatory. Hit a home run. That was off of I think the knuckleball hitter. Let's see who was the pitcher that pitched to him. Yeah, Tim Wakefield. Yeah, at the bottom of the 11th. He led off and just swung at the first pitch. Actually, it was on Thursday, October 17th when that happened. It was already probably past midnight, but on that day, October 16th, that's where the game was played. So I think it was probably the first pitch he took and hit it out, lead off the bottom of the 11th. Well, either way, he got a good swing at it. He was able to win. Simple as that. Okay, number 22, Bernie Kobar's home run. This was in the 1975 World Series against the Cincinnati Reds and the Boston Red Sox. Game 6, and Bernie Kobar hits a home run in the 8th inning. It was a hit home run that went right to right center. 120 signed to tie the game up. That's number 22, no 21. Hal Smith, the forgotten one. This is an interesting one. Hal Smith. Say the score 7-6. Okay, he hit a low fastball. This was against the Yankees, I believe. This is in the World Series. Hit a home run over the 19-foot high IB cover wall. Gave the Pirates a 9-7 lead. It was known as the forgotten home run in baseball history because the Yankees were tied to score up at 9-9 in the top of the ninth. Then Bill Mazeroski hit his famous home run in the bottom of the ninth to win the World Series. So that's why it's called the most forgotten home run ever, possibly because that home run they hit put the Pirates up at the time in the 1960 World Series 9-7. But Yankees came back and tied this game up in the top of the ninth to tie it up at 9-9. That's the reason why it's forgotten. Right, number 20. Yeah, in the top 20, Babe Ruth, the called shot. I think that's the one where he pointed. This is against Chicago Cubs. Where he pointed where he was gonna hit the home run. They gotta be against the Cubs. Number 19, Derek Jeter hits the 3,000 hit. It was with a home run. I think we hit that home run deep to left field. Yeah, that's what it was. And I think it was against David Price. I think it was David Price. I think he pitched to Jeter. It was on July 9th, 2011. Yeah, David Price. Count was 3-2. It was a curveball. He hit it out to left field. That was his 3,000th home run. Also, he was 5 for 5. Had a game-winning hit. That 3,000th hit. At the time, he became the 20th player in the history of baseball to have 3,000 hits. And he's the only second to do it with a home run. But he was 5 for 5 and had a game-winning hit to win that game. Okay, then we go to Barry Bonds, tainted record breaker. This is definitely the home run that he hit to surpass Hank Aaron. It was in 2007. I might be wrong. I think this is Mike McGuire's record that he broke. So I apologize. Since the Dodgers, 445 foot pound. Yeah, it was 71. That was the home run. Surpassed McGuire's 70th home run at the time. Okay, Dave Henderson. Yeah, this is a good one right here. This is in the 1986 ALCS American League Championship Series against the Angels. Off of Donnie Moore. Yeah, it was a two-run home run. It saved the season for Boston. That was the 2-run home run. Gave the Red Sox the lead. The Angels came back to tied at 6-6 in the ninth, but Wilson got ahead. As Henderson hit a sacrifice fly in the left end won the game. That's the home run they hit. 2-run blast. Give the Red Sox the lead that result against Donnie Moore. Dick Sizzler. Liz Kid Magic. Rashad his 30th birthday at the time. He hit a home run deep to left field. This was Phillies against the Dodgers. It was this. It was probably 1950. He's in 1950 Michael when that game was played. Wait, number 15, Ted Williams, the greatest hitter, ends his career his way. Ted Williams from the Boston Red Sox, one of the greatest hitters, greatest players of all time. You know, he batted 406 in 1941. He was the last player to bat with 400. So his final game, he hit a home run. Into the Red Sox bullpen. That was last game against the Baltimore Orioles. His last at bat. 1960, I believe. Okay, 1985. This is a miracle home run by Ozzie Smith. Ozzie Smith hits a home run. The Wizard makes him go crazy. That's the call by Jack Buck against the Dodgers. And think about, Ozzie Smith, he wasn't known as a home run hitter, but this was one of the more memorable home runs in baseball history, in St. Louis Cardinals history, in history of Busch Stadium, the old stadium where they used to play at. And Jack Buck had a great classic call. He hit a home run off of Tom Needham Fewer. I think it's not in Fewer. So it was 2-2, bottom of the ninth, right hand closer. Tom Needham Fewer was on the mound. There's a one out, switch hitting. Ozzie Smith comes up to the plate, batting left-handed. He never hit a home run as a left-handed hitter. He had gone like 3,009 at bats at left-handed without a home run. And he hit an inside fastball, and then Smith hit it out right field wall. And it was 3-2. And the legendary call by Jack Buck said Smith courts one into the right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run. And the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy. That's a classic, man. That's a classic, man. That's a classic call by legendary Jack Buck. And then we have another one, another legendary home run, number 13, Chris Chambliss. Chris Chambliss hit a home run against the Kansas City Royals in the 1976 Big League Championship Series. That was a classic. Bottom of the ninth against the Royals relief pitcher. I think it's relief pitcher Mark Littell. And he hits a home run. Put the Yankees in the World Series. That was huge. Right next, we got Reggie Jackson. Obviously, the home runs that he hit October 18th, which is tomorrow. Hits in Game 6, hits 3 home runs. Definitely started to be on this list. three home runs that he hit. Self-explanatory. He was known as Mr. October because those home runs that he hit against the Dodgers in Game 6 of the World Series in 1977. So just did his thing. We all had three different pitchers. Anyway, he hit three home runs. Right. Number 11. I'm gonna go ahead and team the season. Say it's baseball. Yeah, this is September 8th where he hit the home run. Making 62 home runs against the Cubs. Well, it's tainted because he meant that he used a banned substance. It was stuff about him using. He admitted that he used steroids for a decade. That he used steroids, so he's still not in the Hall of Fame. Right, so I'm gonna stop right here and do the top 10 most memorable home runs in baseball history to conclude the excerpts that I've been reading for a long period of time. So I'm gonna stop it right there. So let's get into back to the baseball update with the Dodgers and the Mets. See what's going on with this matchup. Right now, the score is 3-2 in favor of the Mets. So the Mets was able to score. See how they did that in the bottom of the third, because we're in the top of the fourth. See how they scored. Bottom of the third, Nemo hit it into fielder's choice to second. Scoring was Alvarez. So that's how they got the second run, but they still down 3-2 in the top of the fourth, one out. And the runners on first base until it reached with a single. So it was one out. Tony's up to bat. So a lot of baseball you played. Long way to go in that matchup. Also got some NFL being played right now. Obviously, shadowed by the Mets and the Dodgers playoff game. We got the Broncos against the Saints, and the Broncos are winning 13-0. The Saints just don't look good. They got to a great start, but they blew out um, the Panthers 47-10. Then they played the Cowboys. Now it's 13-3 Broncos. They beat the Cowboys 44. Whatever the score is, 44 something. And now they go lose four straight, so they look like the same team. So shows you that and that's not how you start, it's how you finish. Obviously got injuries, no Derek Carr hurt his oblique. I don't think he playing tonight. Spencer Rattler's filling in for him tonight. But this team, don't look the same since those two games played, the first two games of the season. Again, you get off to a great start, but it's how you start the season and how you finish the season. Again, 47-10. They beat the Carolina Panthers, and they beat the Cowboys 44-19. And since then, they lost four in a row. Close games, actually. They lost by 3 points to the Philadelphia Eagles. They lost to Atlanta by 2 points. Lost by 13 to Kansas City, and then they got blown out 51-27 to Tampa Bay. And also, they got bad news that Shaheed is out for the rest of the season. So that's not a good look. Before I get to the college football, now since you have Rashad Shaheed, he's out on injury reserve, needs knee surgery. Right, let's get into the college football from last week. Yeah, Derek Carr's not playing tonight, so the rookie is playing tonight. Spencer Rattler. Yeah, 84 yards passing, 8 for 11. All right, let's get into college football from last week. Recap that. Had some good games, man. Start with Ohio State and Oregon. That game definitely lived up to the hype. Oregon won 32-31. Give them credit. That was a shootout. For the ages, both quarterbacks played at a high level. William Gaby played well. Will Howard played well, but Will Howard made a bad mistake. With their game on the line, he lost track of time. He just ran, scrambled up the middle, and he slid. And time ran out. So he lost track of the clock management, especially for him. He's a senior. They was able to, unfortunately not win that game, losing by a score of 32-31. Number two versus number three, a great game, great matchup. I live up to the hype. And that's what you want to see, these kind of matchups. Two Big Ten opponents. Obviously, Oregon showed that they could play with the big boys, the big time elite teams in college football, especially when you join a new conference as Oregon has, you know, and they showed that they can hang with Ohio State and beat Ohio State. And they won 32-31 at home, and they was able to get the job done. Dylan Gabriel, the transfer from Oklahoma, 23 to 34, 341 yards, ran for 32 yards, played well. And Will Howard in defeat played good. It was a shootout. But unfortunately for Ryan Day, coach of Ohio State, he's now 1-7 against teams ranked in the top five. So that's their first loss. Doesn't hurt Ohio State. Ohio State still has a lot of work to do, but they can still hang in the top 12. So that was a big win for Oregon to prove that they could play with Ohio State and beat them. That's the thing that stood out in this game. But that's the thing about Howard, man. You're a veteran quarterback. You gotta know the situation because he completed a pass from 26 yards to give him field goal range, but then he had a offensive pass interference on Jeremiah Smith. Then on 30 and 20 at 38 of Oregon, Howard took off running with 4 seconds left, but slid at the game only 12 yards and time ran out, so he lost track of the time. So they end up winning by a point. Oregon, give them credit. That was a big time win for them. I felt Ohio State was going to win. I was dead wrong on that. Uh, Mississippi beat LSU 29. Excuse me, LSU beat Mississippi in overtime 29-26. Tennessee beat Florida 23-17. Penn State had to work hard to beat the USC Trojans in overtime, winning 33-30. And you had Texas, the number one team in the country, show why they are number one, going out Oklahoma 34-3. And then Alabama had to work hard to beat South Carolina 25-27. So that's scenario with that. All right, let's look at my picks of the week from last week before we get into the NFL recap. And I give you, a sneak preview of what's to come with the NBA. NBA season, believe it or not, is going to be starting real soon. But they're going to be starting October the 22nd is coming Tuesday. So the NBA basketball regular season style is back. So it's good to see uh, NBA being back. See if the Boston can repeat. So I'll give you a breakdown what I think going to win the championship. That's basically it. I'm not going to get to all the over analysis, but it's all about who's going to win the championship. That's basically it. Right, let's get to a recap of what I had winning last week, how I did last week. I picked Ohio State to beat Oregon. I was wrong on that one. Texas and Oklahoma, I was right. I was right about Alabama over South Carolina. USC over Penn State, I was wrong. And Tennessee over Florida, I was right. So I had the 23-11 record for week 7, so my record should be 26-13. Yeah, so I'm 26-13 on the season. Not bad. That's my overall record. So I was 3-2 last week. I'll break down the picks of the week next week, and I don't have my picks of the week for this coming Saturday's games yet. So I'll break that down next week. Right, so let's get into the NFL. I did pretty good with the week 6 picks the week. I was 4-1. The week before that, 15-10. I did pretty good. I was 4-1 last week, so I'm 19-11. One thing game I got wrong was the Giants. Man, they just don't know how to play well at home. As they lose to the Bengals, the game they had a chance to win. They lost 17. I scored 17-7. So right now, still good. 19-11. No, 8 games over 500. I was did pretty good. I was right with the Lions beating the Cowboys. They embarrassed them, 47-9. And then Ravens beat the Commanders. Steelers beat the Raiders. Texans beat the Patriots. Only game I got wrong was the Giants. I could have been undefeated, but I'm satisfied with 19-11, 4-1 with the picks. Still, I ain't do my picks yet, but I'll talk about that next week. So let's storyline on that. Get into other games that was played last week in the NFL. Okay, give you an update. There's been a change, updates, a score in the National League Championship Series between the Dodgers and the Mets. The Dodgers have a 5-3 lead, 5-2 to lead in the top of the fourth. Runners on second base, see how that goes. See, Dodgers sense it, man. They sense that they're going to have a chance to go up 3-1. Mets guy worked very hard to try to win this game. See what happened in this one. Mookie Betts, he hits a double, 2-run double, driving in Otani and Taylor. So he's 2 for 3 tonight. Got 2 RBIs, and Dodgers have a 5-2 lead. With a runner on second base, that should be Betts, which it is. So that's a big time hit by him. Right, so back to Task at hand, go over the games, scores of the NFL last week for week 6. How about the Bears? The Bears are 4-2. They beat Jacksonville Jaguars 35-16. So they're 4-2 on the season. Looking really good. The Bears. Big time game, maybe the best game of his career. 23 or 29, 226 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 touchdown, 1 interception, excuse me. 1 interception, 4 touchdown passes for Caleb Williams as they win 35-16 in London. Caleb Williams played well. 23 or 29, 226, 4 touchdowns and an interception. Very impressive performance by Caleb Williams. Houston finally beats New England Patriots 41-21. It's their first win ever in Foxborough. They was always been struggling against the Patriots. Drake May had his first start against the Patriots, but CJ Stroud threw 3 touchdown passes. And it's the first win ever for the Houston Texans to go into Foxborough and get a win because they came to this game 0-7. They never won in New England. So it was the first time they won in Gillette Stadium. The first time they were 0-7 in the playoffs. That's a big win for them. Not surprised. Baltimore beat Washington 30-23. Big time game for Lamar Jackson. 323 yards, a touchdown. Again, Derrick Henry is the leading guy leading the league in rushing. 132 yards rushing, 24 carries, two touchdowns. Still has it, man. Despite his age, he's 30 years old. And he still has it. Usually, when you turn 30 years old, you have so much miles, you won't have the same, burst. This guy is doing it, man. He's number one in the league in carries, 119 carries. He has 704 yards rushing on the season. That's the number one. He's a leading rusher by far, and he has 8 touchdowns. That's the most for a running back. So he's playing at an MVP like level. So I mean, Lamar Jackson's playing well too. Obviously, he has to step up in the playoffs, but he's playing very well. 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So that dynamic duo of Jackson and Henry is definitely tough to deal with for the Commanders, and they was able to win 30-23. And Daniels played well too. He had 2 touchdown passes, 269 yards, about 24-35. But the Ravens just too much. Ravens, big win for them. They're red hot. They started 0-2. The Ravens are now they 4-2, and they play a very good team, the Buccaneers, on Monday night. So look it up. That's gonna be a great one. Philly won 2016. No surprise there. Green Bay beat Arizona 34-13. Surprise there. Most of these games not surprised. Now again, I picked Detroit beat Dallas 47-9, so I'm surprised by the margin of victory, but not by the victory, just the margin. Okay, Buffalo won at the Jets without Robert Saleh. He still lost. Now they did make a move this week. They got Devontae Adams in the trade. See how that works out. Chemistry Rodgers against no. Obviously Rodgers played with Adams at Green Bay, but again we'll see how that works with the other receivers, the Garrett Wilson and stuff like that. All right, so that's it for that. Let's go back to the college football. Go over the games that's going to be played this week. Keep your eyes on Miami, Louisville. That game's going to be very good. Could be an upset alert for Miami, but we'll see. That should be an interesting matchup. Because Miami try to stay unbeaten coming off their bye week. They're favored by 5 points. So they come off their bye week. They 2-0 in the ACC. So they got to play a complete game. They have not played well the last couple of weeks. So keep your eye on the Miami's top ranked offense. They're averaging now 584 yards, 48 points a game. But when you look at the Cardinals defense, they rank fifth in the ACC. Scoring defense 19.7. Total defense 336 yards. They rack up 3 sacks against the Cavaliers, which is Virginia. Cam Ward of the Miami Hurricanes is a heavy trophy favorite. It's been a long time since that happened. Was a Hurricane player. He leads the nation in total offense, 20 touchdowns. He leads the country, so he's doing his thing. Also, another interesting note is that Miami is 141 and 24, 141 and 24 all times in the top 16. So they rank number 6, but only 1-2 in his last 3 such games. So they also are 9-0-1 in the first 10 series meetings against Louisville, but since then they're 24 against Louisville. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup. You guys on that game. Then we keep y'all in these 2 games right here. Number 7, Alabama against Tennessee. Number 11 team in the country. And definitely the best game of the week. By far is Georgia, number 5 team in the country, travels to Texas, number 1 team in the country. Face them. That's going to be a very interesting game. That's some games to keep your eyes on as far as that's concerned. As far as the NFL, quickly. Good games to stand out. Houston, Green Bay. That's a good game. Detroit, Minnesota is a good game. And then Kansas City, San Francisco rematch of last year's Super Bowl is a good game. And the Buccaneers, the Tampa is a good game. So keep your eyes on those games for week 7 of the NFL. It's Deontay Adams. Again, he unites with Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. Right, so that's it for that. It covers the NFL talk. Right, so that's it for that. Let's quickly get into the NBA. NBA season is starting, man. It's starting real soon. It's coming out Tuesday. The new NBA season starts as the Boston Celtics defend their championship. We're gonna see if they could win it again. They definitely got the players. They definitely got um, guys in their prime, like Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. So they got a chance to repeat, and I think they will. I think they're gonna be having a chip on their shoulder. I think it's gonna be a very interesting matchup. I think they're gonna play, to me, the Denver Nuggets. I think the Nuggets, what they had to deal with last year, blowing that big lead in Game 7 against Minnesota. I think they're gonna use that as fuel to their fire. The only question more is their bench. Who's gonna be coming with their bench? Is their bench gonna be good enough to compensate for the starting lineup that Denver has? They got a big time starting lineup. Gordon, um, Porter Jr., obviously Jamal Murray. Um, you have Jokic. I just think this team is definitely gonna come out the West. I believe they're gonna come out the West. I think it's their year, come out the West, and I think it's gonna be Denver and Boston. That's just NBA finals that could have been the case a couple of seasons ago. It didn't happen. Miami uh, kept that from happening, and they lost to Denver. Last year, obviously, you had Boston beat Dallas. So you got some contenders. The Knicks made some moves. Obviously, they got Karl Anthony Towns. Milwaukee, they're gonna come back strong with Giannis and Damian Lillard. Sixers got better on paper. They should be pretty good on court. On the court, got their big three with Paul George and obviously Joel Embiid. That point guard that they got is very, very explosive. To improve, I think he's going to be even better point guard for the Philadelphia 76ers. Go with Joel Embiid, Paul George. But I still like the Boston Celtics. I think they're going to be ready to get it done, make it happen. I think they're going to be uh, in the midst of Boston Celtics. I think the Celtics are going to get it done this year. VP as champions, I think going to have a chip on the show that last year wasn't a fluke. I think the team that can do some big things maybe is the Pelicans. If Zion Williamson stays healthy, they got a chance to do some things. Tyrese Maxey, I think he's going to be big time this year. So it's going to be very interesting. But I think it's going to be Nuggets coming out the West. I got the Boston Celtics coming out of the East. As a preview the NBA season, I think those two teams going to meet, um, ready to go. I think they're going to do their thing. Let's hope for the best to see what happens with that. But Denver Nuggets question mark is their bench. Look at their roster. So I don't think they have uh Kentavious Pope, Kendall Tavis Pope. I don't think he's there. I know they got Russell Westbrook, but he's an older guy. So you gotta find somebody to replace him. Good starting five. Christian Braun gonna come off the either starter alongside Murray. Because again, Katavius Pope, Paul Pope, I think he left, signed with another team. So I still think Denver's gonna come out the West. I'm not sold on Oklahoma City, even though they're young. They got talented players on that side, but I just think that when it's all said and done, Denver's gonna come out and get it done in the West. So I like them coming out the West. I got Boston coming out of the East. I can't go against them. Can't do it. I gotta go with the Celtics to repeat as champions. They'll beat the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Finals in 7. Yeah, so you got Jamal Murray, Christian Braun, Mike Porter Jr., Gordon, and Jokic. So that's gonna be the starting lineup. Russell Westbrook is gonna be coming off the bench, so he won't be starting. But I like this team, the Nuggets, to come out of the East, out of the West. Again, Boston gonna have the same lineup, so I think can't go against that. So I love the Boston Celtics to win the championship, repeat against Denver. So time to get into quickly on this day in sports history for October 17th. Yeah, so you had the same lineup, the Boston Celtics, they had last year. The Holiday, Tatum, Brown, Zinkis, Horford. That should be the starting lineup. Might be wrong, but that should be the starting lineup this year. Starting five. Let's double check quick before I get into the honest day in sports history. Real quick, close out the show for episode number 23. Boston Celtics starting lineup. Yeah, Drew Holiday. Zinkis is not on the team. He must be out. Okay. Okay, Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jalen Brown, Tatum, and Horford. Okay, apologize for that. I think they're gonna be good this year. I like this team. So Denver and Boston and NBA Finals. That's my season preview for the NBA. Right. So let's get into quickly the honest day in sports history for October 17th. I'm gonna go over everything. So we're gonna start with 1885, October 17th. Baseball sets all players' salaries at $1,000, $2,000 for 1885 season. Shows that players back then wasn't making that much money. You know, $1,000, $2,000 in 1885 for baseball. So things have changed since then. So you skip these. Like 1971, October 17th, in the World Series, Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Orioles 2-1 at Memorial Stadium to claim the championship as Roberto Clemente won the MVP. New Orleans Jazz began the 28-game road losing streak on October 17, 1974. It was the coldest game in World Series history. It was a cold game until 1997, where the Reds beat the Yankees 4-3 in Game 2 at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. It was 39 degrees. 45 years ago on October 17th, in the World Series, Pittsburgh Pirates beat the Orioles Baltimore 4-1 at Memorial Stadium as Willie Stargell was the MVP of the Pirates. Robin Yount is first to have two four-hit games in the World Series for Robin Yount and the Milwaukee Brewers. 1985, Lou Piniella was named New York Yankees manager. The first indoor World Series game was in the Metrodome, Minnesota. On October 17th, 1989, earthquake in San Francisco, 6.9, cancels third game of World Series. It forcibly killed 67 people. Right, this is the first baseball World Series on October 17th to have non-American team Toronto Blue Jays, that they lost at that time 3-1 in Game 1 into Atlanta. All right, that's basically it for the night. So that's it for the night. Hope you enjoyed tonight's show. For close out, to give you one more update, the Dodgers Mets game, the NLCS, uh, game 4. That sound check was 5-2 favor the Dodgers. So see where they stand now. It's 5-2 Dodgers in the middle of the fifth inning. So Dodgers still in control. So that's it for the show. Dodgers winning 5-2 in the middle of the fifth inning. That's it for the show for the night. Episode number 23. You check out a new article that was posted this week. I talk about the NFL, college football, and some baseball recaps of the baseball. I had that, in the article. You check it out on e5280sports.com. Check it out. As far as that article is concerned, it's there. It's up there. You want to take a look at it. New article that was featured for the week. Check out all the articles. The week that took place this past week in the NFL, college football. I talk about, obviously the baseball postseason, self-explanatory. So be on the lookout for the next article that's coming for next week. Yeah, talk about the article with the baseball. And I got to the college football, and then I got to the NFL. All right, so that's it for the show, man. Thanks for tuning in. Those who tuned in today on either Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever may concern. It's been a great time on the show. I'll be back next week for another episode of Inside Sports with Rashad, which will be the 24th episode. So there's an episode to keep piling up on this platform. So until then, talk to you next time, next Thursday night at 9 p.m. for Elevation 52A Sports and Lifestyle, streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell. Until then, talk to you next time, next Thursday night at 9 p.m. Have a good night.